In today's video, we're going to dive into a new stacker. Came in and bought $5,000 worth of 90% silver today. It is flying out the door. We will also talk about, we made a trade with another coin shop. We will get into that. And I also have a little thing I want to talk to you guys about. I had a offer from a company that I did not take because I didn't want to mislead you guys with this. So we got a lot to cover today. Please stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. As many as you know, my new goal is 3,200 subscribers by the end of September. If you're not yet subscribed, or if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's not going to cost you a silver dime or a silver quarter in here. No, it's absolutely free. So please come join us. We got a great group of people. Let's just get into the stories right now. Well, I'm going to start off with the offer I received. That's what I want to start with. Now, I got an email from this company. I'm not going to name the company, of course. And they wanted to me sell you guys a weather radio. They didn't even want to send me one to show off, maybe to send back. No, they want to send me a picture of one. And I tell you, the offer was so terrible. Yeah, I would have made 12 bucks for it. I could have put a link up there and made 12 bucks off every single one I sold, just by you guys going through my link. Well, I tell you what, I looked at this radio, and it's no better than the ones you can get off of Amazon for about 44 bucks. And this company wanted to sell them for $199.95. I'm sorry, I turned them down because I would not buy one. So I'm not going to take any offer that I would not buy myself. I'm not going to even talk about the company. That don't matter who the company is. I think it's, it's a good company. I'll say it that way. But it's really sad that some of these companies really think us YouTubers are really going to go out there and pump their stuff, and they don't even want to send you one for one. And even if they did send me one, I tell you what, I still wouldn't have done it, because I wouldn't have put my money into this radio. So I am, I have turned down 2 other offers already. I'm not going to go into that, but I am getting offers, but the offers have to be right for the channel. That is what I'm trying to do. The offers have to be right for the channel and for you out there as the viewer. I'm not going to ever sell you anything that I wouldn't put my own money into. So let's move forward to what's going on with the coin shop. A new guy come in, his wife came in. They've been listening to some YouTube videos, and they've been listening to Lynette Zane. They've been listening to Andy Sheckman about silver and gold over the past several months. And everybody, they hear about junk silver, 90% silver, Constitution silver, whatever you want to call it. So they came in and they asked us, but we got $5 grand to spend. What would you put the $5 grand into? So we started asking some questions based on, like, are you afraid the dollar's gonna collapse? And they said, oh yes, we do believe that. And I says, do you have any silver now? He said, absolutely not, no. I says, well, I'll tell you, if I had that much to start out with, I said, I would get dimes and quarters right now, and maybe some 1 ounce rounds, 1 ounce bars. I can't really advise people to what to spend their money on, but he said, how about silver eagles? I said, I'll tell you what, I says, I wouldn't buy them right now. I think the premiums are too high on them. And I says, I wouldn't buy them right now with the premiums on them so high. So he listened to us, what we had to say, and even the owner said the same thing. He says, I wouldn't touch them. He says, I'm just being honest with you. He says, yeah, I'll make a little bit more money off you. And he says, really, your best buys right now are your silver dimes here and your silver quarters, 64 or prior. That is where the deals are at right now, is your 90% silver. So he said, okay, talked to his wife for a few minutes. They came back in, and they said, we're going to do half silver dimes and half silver quarters. And I didn't really want to give up all those quarters all at once. But I didn't really let him know ahead of time that we kind of have a limit of $50, so I let him have them, and he was quite happy. But about 10-15 minutes later, I had another gentleman comes in and sold us about $80 worth of silver quarters because he needed to fix up a bedroom for his house, and the hardware floor is starting to split up, and he said he's going to have family over for the holidays and he needs to get it done. Luckily, he knows to do it himself. And we offered him the loan. He didn't want the loan. So he said, no. I said, I'm just going to sell him. He says, you guys been very good to me in the years past. He says, you have never taken advantage of me. He says, you've always treated me right. He said, I know you need to make a little bit of money off me too now. And he said, but I'm actually making a little money when he bought them off us a few years back ago. So that's how we try to help people. We really try to break it down for every single customer that comes into the door. Whether they're buying silver, junk silver, whether they're buying rounds, whether they're buying silver eagles, whether they're buying gold. It really don't matter what they're buying. It's whatever makes the customer happy. And we explain every situation. This is why we ask a few questions. We're not trying to pry into people's business. We're not. We're just trying to find them the right source of either silver or gold for what they think is going to happen. And you know what? I might be wrong too. I think the dollar is going to collapse. Some of you might think the dollar is going to collapse. Some of you think that we may be a little wacky, but that's okay. I mean, if you disagree with that, that's fine too. I mean, we are not all going to agree on every single issue around what's going on. We're just not. So, I mean, but you guys have most of you have been very respectful, and I really appreciate that. So, stack on. It's getting hairy out there. It is really hard to come on here every single day and keep talking about 90%, because I really think 90% silver is going to be the key. I talked about 5 different coin shops around throughout the country, and they're saying they're having problems getting 10-ounce silver bars, 5-ounce silver bars. I'm not seeing that right now. I'm not having problem getting them. What I'm having an issue with, the premiums have just gone up on them. So the owner bought some today before the premiums actually went up for tomorrow. When you see this video, it will be actually today. That is, so the owner said, let's go ahead and order some more. And that's the problem that I'm seeing. He says he's having a little bit of issues on the 90% silver. Some shops saying that. Some shops are saying 5-ounce and 10-ounce silver bars. So I guess it's really based on your location, where you're at, what their bullion dealers, if they use a bullion dealer. I know some coin shops don't even use a bullion dealer. They will rely on what comes in through the door. And, I don't think that's the best move, but, some coin shops have to work like that because they don't have the cash flow like some coin shops do. Some coin shops are newer. Some coin shops don't want to deal with the bullion dealers in the area. They may not have a bullion dealer in their area. I've heard those stories. So, I mean, we all, we don't really rely what comes on through the door. We really rely on what the bullion dealer has in stock. And when the bullion dealer don't have it in stock, like a lot of 90% silver right now, and it's not coming into the doors, we have to go out. Our owner has to take these little trips sometimes and get what he can get in the store to make the customers happy. And that's what we try to do, is make the customers happy. But this is going to come to a point, just think about this. We had one person this week that's brand new, just took off $5,000 worth of 90% silver off the market. They realize it's maybe a long-term hold. So they really realize that. I just want you guys to think about that for a minute. We get many more people like this come in and drop $2, $3, $4, $5+ plus $1,000 nationwide at your local coin shops. This stuff is gone. It's going to be gone. Your online bullion dealers are not going to have it. I've done 3 weeks now of online bullion dealer hunting. I drop a video every single afternoon on Saturdays. And you guys have seen time and time again the last 3 weeks that certain bullion dealers have been out. It's and then I hear from some of you folks that your coin shops have plenty. So I mean, yeah, it depends where you live in your area, and it depends what the shop can afford to bring in, and what the shop has already in stock. And yeah, I'm sure in some areas people are more desperate than other areas, and they're selling more and more back to the coin shops right now, and I understand that. So I mean, but it's just going to take another banking crash. It's just going to take something to be on the news, and this stuff is going to start disappearing. And I would like to make one more point. I had a comment, and I can't remember what video it was. It was just a recent video I just did, and I appreciate this comment. There's a homeless man that has don't own the coin shop, but in the area that he collects cans and bottles, and he takes that money. This is from someone who commented in the comment section now, and gets himself a few silver dimes and a few silver quarters every single time. A homeless man. So I mean, what is he thinking is going to happen? So that just shows. That's why I say you don't have to be ashamed to go into a coin shop and get a couple silver quarters at a time, a couple silver dimes at a time. If that's all you can afford, I'd rather see you do that than not get anything. So please, if that's all you can afford, don't be ashamed to go into your local coin shops and get a little bit at a time, because it's going to add up. Trust me, this took me almost 2 years to fill. $58 for the silver quarters in this vitamin bottle. It took me 2 years to fill that. And I didn't buy rolls at a time. I buy 3 or 4 on eBay at a time. Sometimes with lots of 10, whatever the case may be. You guys have heard me say that already. I just want to get the message out there that it's okay to go into your local coin shops. If you have a local coin shop close by, and get a few items at a time. So, you need help finding stuff? Let me know. My email will be in the description of each single video. I thank you all for watching, and till the next video, Coin Shop Chris is now out.